When I first found out that my project was to make a film trailer, a number of ideas popped into my head. My first idea was to make a teen drama and romance film, which appealed to me as I could easily find the cast and locations. However, I decided to not go with this idea as I didn't think I was interested enough in the genre in order to achieve the good quality of a film. Then I thought about my favourite genre of movies, which is thrillers, and started to brainstorm ideas of my favourite aspects of thriller films. One aspect of thrillers that I wanted to touch on was the whole idea that you have no idea how the film is going to pan out and end. In addition to this, I wanted to keep the audience on the edge of their seat throughout the whole thing, never knowing what's going to happen. I have the idea of a film based around the kidnapping of a group of teens. The film starts with the equilibrium of the teens living their normal lives. One important thing to note is that they don't actually realise that they know each other until later on in the film when they find out that they're all connected. They each get kidnapped and wake up to find themselves in an abandoned location. Although I have all this planned out, I'm yet to fully work out why they were kidnapped and how they're all connected, and I'm trying to think of a storyline that will not just interest me, but will also shock and surprise those watching. By featuring a group of teens, I've made it easier for myself to cast the actors, as I can use my friends who perfectly fit into the age group required. I want the film to reflect on real life in order to keep it tense for the reader, as they will be able to picture themselves in the situation. So during the process of equilibrium, I will try to make the setting seem as real and natural as possible. I will use ambient or high-key lighting, as well as natural locations like houses and parks. As for props, I will use everyday items like mobile phones, with the characters wearing hoodies, t-shirts and jeans, with neutral makeup typical to everyday life. The settings and props will be easy for me to find, as I can use things I already own and I have the everyday props needed. My aim is to keep the film relatable to all different audiences, so I plan to feature characters of different sexualities, races and genders. Although my film is mainly featuring teenagers aged around 17 to 19, I aim to target an audience ranging from 40 to 60, and I will do this with my storyline of the film and keeping a quite dark and serious tone to it. What will be trickier is creating the location where the teens will be taken to after being kidnapped. I aim to create an unfamiliar location for both the characters and the viewer, so I will use low-key lighting to keep the mystery and the enigma alive, as well as a quiet, empty location like an abandoned warehouse or basement. Although finding this location will be hard, I have a few ideas on how to replicate the setting. In order to stick to the stereotypes of thriller movies, I will be including an antagonist who will most likely feature in the trailer. This antagonist has a vendetta against the teens and has a mystery he wants to solve. The whole premise of the plot will be that none of the teens can escape until the antagonist is able to solve the mystery. This character will be an enigma, with the audience possibly not even getting to see his face until the end of the film. I've watched a wide variety of thriller films in order to better prepare for making the film and to get a better idea of what significant features are in the thriller genre. I've taken inspiration from films like The Silence of the Lambs by having a main character who is psychologically manipulative. I have also been influenced by Panic Room in the fact that my main characters are trapped. My main focus is not to copy these films, as the exciting and tense aspect of thriller films comes from the fact that you don't know what's going to happen, and I won't be able to create this excitement if the plot is similar to another film. As I'm creating a psychological thriller, I want to focus on the unstable mental health of the antagonist, as well as the deteriorating mental health of the teens as they start to experience paranoia associated with being locked in a room. As I am focusing on such dark and serious matters in my film, I think it will be more suited to the higher social classes from working class and upwards, and the socio-economic groups C and above. I want to keep my target audience also over aged 15, as my film will require a more intellectual audience, as it will be harder to process. In order to not limit myself, I also want to attract an international audience for my film. And that is everything I know about my film so far. As the planning process goes on, I will be able to envision all the details about my film and come up with an interesting and thorough plot for it.